9.6 Special Right Triangles. In this lesson, we're going to use special right triangles to solve problems. The first special right triangle we're going to look at is the 45-45-90 degree triangle. For this triangle, we would have both angles that are the same, 45 degrees and 45 degrees, along with the third angle to be 90 degrees. For this kind of special triangle, the hypotenuse, remember the hypotenuse is the side with the longest length for a right triangle and is directly across the 90-degree angle. Okay. We can say that for this special right triangle, the hypotenuse is equal to the leg, either one of these legs, multiplied by the square root of 2. Or in other words, it equals to a square root of 2. So if I give you a length of a equals 2, you can simply say that this side is 2 square root of 2. Now I will prove why this is true. Remember that according to the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And this triangle we have here has two sides with the same length. And I can just simply let a equal b. So b squared, I could substitute that for a squared. So a squared plus a squared equals 2a squared. A squared plus a squared can also equal to c squared. So I can let c squared equal 2a squared, and then we take the square root of both sides. C would equal to a square root of 2. Okay, let's first take a look at a 45-45-90 degree triangle practice problem. I'm given the side length of 7. I know that this is a 45-45 90 degree triangle. So y also has to be 7, and x will simply be 7 times square root of 2. Okay, remember, take a, this is a, you multiply by the square root of 2. Let's take a look at the 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. For the 30, 60, 90 degree triangle, you will have a 90 degree angle pointing to the longest side of the triangle, also called the hypotenuse, and the 30 degree angle pointing to the shortest length a, and the 60 degree angle will point to the next longest side. And in this case, we will first begin looking at the shortest length. And to find out what the longest length is, we just double the shortest length, so 2a. To find out the length of the next longest, we would simply take a and multiply by the square root of 3. Now let's summarize this. The hypotenuse is equal to a, the shortest length, multiplied by 2, so 2a. The longer leg is equal to, this is the longer leg, the shorter leg multiplied by the square root of 3, so a times square root of 3. Let's take a look at the proof. Here we have an equilateral triangle with an angle bisector down the middle. So I cut this equilateral triangle into two equal 30, 60, 90 triangles. So here we have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. This is the Pythagorean theorem again. Okay, and I know that 2a will be my c here because the shorter leg is a, the longer leg is b, and 2a would obviously be my c. So I can replace or substitute c for 2a. Why is this 2a? Because this is an equilateral triangle. If this is a and this is a, then the entire length will be 2a, and all sides should be equal to each other. That's where I got 2a. So a squared plus b squared equals, so 2a times 2a gives me 4a squared. So I can move a squared to the right hand side. So I have b squared equals 4a squared minus a squared. And now I can subtract. 4 minus 1 is 3. So that would be 3a squared. And then I can take the square root of both sides and get b equals a square root of 3. And again, b will be my longer leg, and this a would represent my shorter leg. Now let's do some practice problems. Here 6 is my shorter leg. So to find out what the length of my longer leg would be, y would just be equal to 6 times root 3, square root of 3. And for x, this would simply be 6 times 2. You double it, which equals 12. And for this problem here, gave me 18, the length of the hypotenuse, which equals to 2a. So to find out what x is, I will have to divide by 2. Well, a here will have to be my x now, because x is what we're looking for. So x is 9. And when I know what the length of my shorter leg is, I could take 9 and multiply by the square root of 3 to get the length of y. So 9 square root of 3 and 9 are my answers. Okay, so let's take a look again at the 45 degree triangle. If I have two side lengths that are the same, and if we're looking for the hypotenuse, then all I have to do is take either one of these, 6, and multiply it by square root of 2 to find out what this hypotenuse, the length of this hypotenuse is. Again, for a 30, 60, 90 triangle, if it gives me the length of the shorter leg, and if I have to find the length of the longer leg, all I have to do is take 18 and multiply by the square root of 3. And to double check, on 36, 18 times 2 is 36, so that's right. Let's do another practice problem. 5 times 2 is 10, yes. So here, to find x would just be equal to 5 times square root of 3. And that ends our lesson.